Hello, my name is Kereen. I am a recreation therapist with the Community Older Adult team, and I will be doing your Forever in Motion class today. So it's one of those days where it's the end of the day. I haven't had much chance for a workout, but I would like to squeeze in a workout before I get busy with the evening activities. So I'm going to just squeeze in, say about a 20 to 30 minute class for you today. I think it'll probably, knowing me, it'll probably be closer to the 30 minutes, hopefully not beyond that, because I really don't have much time today. And so we will get going and see how that goes. What you're going to need is a chair, sturdy chair, your band, good pair of running shoes, and your water bottle. If you have all those things, we are good to go. So let's just get going. We're going to start off with a march. And remember, as always, to work at your own pace. If at any point you're feeling pain, discomfort, or like you're overexerting yourself, make sure that you stop, slow down, or adapt whatever you're doing. We always want it to be a safe class. So those postures, shoulders are back and down. Your core is engaged, so you're bracing your stomach nice and tight as though someone's going to give you a playful punch in the stomach. And sitting up nice and tall. So you notice I said sitting up nice and tall. We are going to do the class seated today. I was trying to think of something that I haven't done for a while, and I haven't done a seated class for a while. And I definitely have not done a short seated class for a while. So that's what I'm aiming for today. So let's take those legs wide. And we want to make sure that we get those arms moving nice and big. We want to warm up upper body and lower body. So if at any point I'm going too fast for you, feel free to slow it down. If at any point I'm going too slow for you, feel free to speed it up. If you're wanting to add a little bit of impact in there, feel free to stomp a little bit more. Your choice. Lots of different options in the class as always. Let's go wide, wide, narrow, narrow, wide, wide, narrow, narrow. Okay. Let's keep those legs wide again. And let's start to lift those knees a little bit higher. You're still sitting up nice and tall, core engaged. And bring those knees in. So we're not going to do tons for cardio today because we are trying to keep it short, but we want to get that heart rate up a little bit and warm up and bring up that heart rate a little bit. So let's just go to tapping opposite knee. And I was trying to think of how I can challenge my brain and your brain a little bit today with some of the things I'm going to be doing, even though it's a shorter class. So I think I have come up with something that will challenge you, because I know it definitely challenged me when I was trying it for a little bit here. Okay, and let's just go back to regular march. And I'm sliding back at my chair. Let's just tap to the front. And with that tap, let's punch across. So anything where we're crossing the midline is great for brain health. So try and cross the midline here when you're doing that punch. Okay, and just back to regular tapping. And let's see, what are we doing for time? I'm gonna switch. Let's tap to the side. I'm gonna sneak in something else here. I thought I might not have time for it, but I'm gonna sneak it in. Tap to the side and let's punch to the side. Slow it down a little bit here. That's what happens when you're in too much of a hurry. You start going fast, and that's not always a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to keep my legs punching out to the side, and I'm going to punch to the front, punch across. Okay, now let's switch the legs and match it up to tapping out to the front. Now keep the legs tapping out to the front and let's punch to the side. And let's just take that back to a regular march. And let's take that to a heel dig. Like I said, I'm trying to fit in a bunch of stuff here. Heel dig. So heel down, toe pointing up. I'm going to turn just slightly here. And we're going to do a bicep curl with it. And how's that? Not too bad so far? This is where I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit. So keep the heel digs going and keep bicep curl going with one arm, with the other arm straight out to the side. This is where it gets tough. Do arm circle. Okay, now switch direction with that arm circle. Okay, both arms bicep curl. Oh my goodness. And you guessing what comes next? Single arm, we're switching which arm, we're doing the bicep curl. So let's take it to the other arm. Still doing the heel dig, keep those legs going. And when you're ready, throw in those arm circles. I'm not sure I'm ready, but I'm gonna do it anyway. As it goes the arm circle. Oh my goodness. There we go. Harder than it looks. I like coming up with combinations that challenge the brain. If you find this too challenging, you can switch to something easier, but I encourage you to try it. It's great for brain health to keep challenging yourself. Just like you need to challenge your body, let's switch direction with the arm. Just like you need to keep challenging your body, your muscles, your balance, your cardio, you need to challenge your brain. And the coolest thing is, once what you're trying to do, once you catch on, then you know you've done a great thing for your brain. You've created new neuronal pathways. Okay, regular march. I think that's about all the time I've got for my warm-up / cardio. So just keep that going with a little bit of march. I am going to grab a little drink of water here. Keep those legs moving. If you're feeling like your heart rate is still elevated. And let's go straight into our strength. I lied. Let's go straight into posture. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, we're at the front of our chair, starting out with that posture, the ABCs of posture. So chin is tucked. So we're gonna start out with a chin tuck. And so start out with that L. The thumb is against your chest, the index finger is against your chin. You pull that chin back, pull your head back. You're not tilting back, you're just pulling it straight back. Hold that for about 5 seconds. And then release, and chances are you're not going to want to release because then you're going to realize that your head was jutting forward, which it usually does without us realizing it. And pull that head back again, hold for 5 seconds, and you can release that hold, but like I said, chances are you're not going to want to put your head where it was when you started. So keeping your head in that position, hands on your thighs, and let's slide your hands back, squeeze those shoulder blades together, doing a shoulder retraction, and then we'll slide it forward again. We're keeping that chin tucked while we're doing this. Slide those hands back. Keep that chin tucked. You should feel a nice pull in the back of your head, the base of your head where it meets your neck. And release. Okay. Let's go for back squeeze. So hands are up. Index fingers are either touching or fairly close together. And we are going to take a breath in and exhale as you pull apart and inhale as you release. Nice slow and controlled movements. Same speed, both directions is what we're going to be doing today. Don't let the resistance band, don't let it snap your arms close any faster. You control the speed of it. And we'll do 2 more. And 1 more. All right, give those shoulders a bit of a shake. You can set the band down on your lap, cross the hands at the wrist, grab on. So this time your pinkies are either touching or fairly close together. You're at about armpit height. Take a breath in and exhale as you pull apart. Inhale as you release. So again, nice, slow and controlled. We've got that good posture. We're sitting up nice and tall. Core is engaged. Shoulders are relaxed, not up at your ears. We'll do a couple more and then we'll switch. Okay, so set that band down again. So right now, take note of which wrist you have over top. I've got my left over right. So now I'm going to switch and put right over left. And then we pick up that band again. Taking a breath in. And exhale as you pull apart. Inhale as you release. Again, nice, slow and controlled. Sitting up nice and tall. Chest is up all nice and proud because we didn't think we had time for this, but we squeezed it in, right? And we'll do 2 more. Last one. And moving on to our second back exercise, because you always want to do 2 back for every 1 chest. So what we are going to do this time around is our paddler's row. So the band is wrapped around the bottom of your feet. Your legs are extended. Boy, my legs look long. I wish they were as long as what they look like in this video, in my view of it anyway. Okay, so sitting up nice and tall, your palms are facing back. You take a breath in and exhale as you're pulling back, and then press back as far as you can comfortably, and then releasing back to the front. Make sure your arms are straight for this one. Your setup is similar to the back row, but your back row, you're bending your elbows. This one, you want straight elbows. Just nice, slow and controlled. When your arms are up front, take a breath in and exhale as you're pulling back. Inhale on that release. Watch that the band doesn't slip out from under your feet like mine almost did. Make sure you are not holding your breath. And let's do 2 more. Last one. There we go. All right, now, similar position in that it's still under your feet. And I am going to cross the band and then grab on. Legs wide, still sitting up nice and tall at the front of your chair, and we're going to do an upright row. So start by lifting your elbows up and out, and I'm only going so my hands are about the base of my chest, and then release. If you're not feeling much on that, you can tighten that up a little bit more. Keep an eye on your wrists. You want to make sure that your wrists aren't going into that doggy paw, so that's why you need to keep the elbows above your wrists. And don't take the elbows any higher than your shoulders. If you're going higher than your shoulders, you might be looking for some injuries. Or it just might not be as comfortable. Even if you don't injure yourself, it's still safer to do it this way. And we'll do a few more. Last 2. And last 1. All right, shake that out. Let's go to our bicep curl. So keeping that band under your feet. Today I'd like to do the reverse one. So my palm is going to be facing back again. I've got resistance on the band when my arms are extended. And we're going to take a breath in and exhale as we're lifting up, and inhale as we release. Notice I am going through that full range of motion. I'm not stopping at my lap. Okay, take a breath in again. Exhale. Inhale on that release. Nice, slow and controlled. You are still sitting up nice and tall, more towards the front of your chair. Core engaged. And again, you are not letting the resistance of the band pull your arms down any faster. You control it. So when we do this reverse bicep curl, some of the things that this helps extra with in your everyday life are things like opening jars or turning a doorknob. Because you will feel this one more so in your forearm, and that helps you with that motion of, like I said, opening jars or turning a doorknob. So it's good to do this one every once in a while too. Let's do 2 more. And last one. All right. Tricep extension. So I am going to grab it in my right hand, throw it over my left shoulder, and apparently the chair as well. My left elbow is out to the side. Take a breath in and exhale as you extend that arm straight out. Inhale as you release. Yeah, if you are finding that this is not challenging your muscles enough, feel free to double up your band or to bring those hands a little bit closer together. If you're finding it's too tough, then take your hands a little bit farther apart. Making sure you're not holding your breath. You're still sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do 2 more. And last one. All right, shaking that out. Let's switch. We'll grab that in our left hand this time over the right shoulder, right elbow out to the side. Take a breath in and exhale as you pull out. Inhale as you release. Let's see, I think I'm at like 20 minutes now. Let's see if I can stick with that half hour. I'm trying. I think I can do it. We'll do 2 more. And last one. All right. And we're not going to need the band for the next one, but or for this one coming up, but we will for the next one after that. So if you want to just hang on to it and just kind of set it down on your lap, or if you want to set it behind you on the chair, either way, totally fine. What we're going to be doing with this one is the seated walk. So you're shifting your weight onto one hip and then actually lift that other butt cheek up and then step it back, plant it back down. It's like you're taking steps with your bum cheeks and all the way to the back. And then when you get to the back of the chair, we're doing the opposite. And actually lift as you're doing it. Don't just slide on the chair. And we're gonna go back and forth a few times. Really good functional exercise if you were to ever fall on the floor and couldn't get back up. This would be a great way of scooting yourself over to your phone or over to the door or wall to bang on it to call for help or to ask for help. Okay, we will get to the front one more time. And now you can grab your band again. We are going to do the leg press. So this would be kind of like the seated version of using the same muscles we would use if we were doing the squat. So wrapping that band around the bottom of your foot. If you actually want to wrap it around, you can, or you can just place it around the bottom. So knee to chest, keep those arms in tight against you, and you've got resistance on the band while your knee is up, and then take a breath in and exhale as you push down, inhale as you release. So it's knee to chest, heel to floor. My arms do not move at all. It's just my leg moving. And I'm not leaning back with it each time either. Sitting up nice and tall the whole time. Core engaged. Okay, we'll do 2 more. Last one. And we are going to switch and put that under the other foot. So again, knee to chest, heel to floor. Check it into that posture. Where's your chin? Is it jutting out now, or is it still up, back, and tucked? How's your core doing? Still engaged, or is it on vacation? Do 2 more. Last one. Okay, let's go into hip abduction. So that's, if we were standing, it would be just taking the leg out to the side, making sure your toes are pointing forward. Seated, well, if you're standing, you've got gravity working against you. Seated, you don't have gravity working against you. So I am doubling up my band and I am wrapping it around my legs. And what I'm gonna do for this one today is let's keep our heels together, our feet together, and let's just press our knees apart. So your feet can tilt up, but don't actually move them apart. So this is working our hip abductors, the outside of our thighs. Still sitting up nice and tall. And let's do 2 more. Last one. Okay, shake that out a little bit. And I'm gonna grab a drink of water. Feel free to do the same. You don't need to wait for me to tell you it's time for a drink. Feel free to grab any time. All right, that's all we need that for. Let's do heel toe raises. So we want to maintain that ankle mobility because that's our first line of defense if we lose our balance a little bit. We can switch, we can do heel on one and toe on the other. If you wanted to make it a little bit tougher, you could have, if you've got weights, you could have the weights on top of your knees or on your thighs, close to your knees, to just make it a little bit tougher. Okay, and let's just go straight for toe taps. How about, just for the fun of it, we do them faster? Okay, shaking that out. And how are we doing for time? I've got only a few minutes. Okay, so I am gonna go over. I want to fit in some reaches for balance. So we're gonna reach out to the side. We're reaching straight out to the side. We're not reaching down, we're straight out parallel to the floor. And reach, reach, reach. And then when you can't reach any farther, that butt cheek lifts up and kind of counterbalance. You're not leaning forward, you're leaning straight out to the side. And then back up, reach, reach, reach. When you can't reach any farther, lift that leg up if you're comfortable. You can grab onto the chair if you need. This is a good way of challenging your seated balance. And reach out to the first side, leg up. And second side, leg up. Okay, and another way you can do it is like reaching forward. So both arms, let's reach forward as far as we can without falling off the chair. And then back up, or you can reach up and out as far as you can comfortably without falling off the chair. Okay, and we'll do that one more time. Reach. Okay, let's go straight into our stretches. So heel down, toe pointing up. We're going for that hamstring stretch. You are sitting up nice and tall, pivot forward at the hips and feel a nice stretch in that hamstring, the back of your thigh. Pull the toes up more towards your shin. Feel the stretch in your calf. When you are stretching, slight discomfort or a gentle pull is okay, but if you are actually feeling pain, then you've gone too far and you need to let up a little bit. Let's switch legs. Pivoting forward at the hips, core engaged. Feeling that nice stretch in your hamstring. Pull the toe up a little bit more. Feel the stretch more so in your calf. Head, neck, spine, good alignment. And shake that out. Let's turn to the side. Hip flexor quad stretch. So you're sitting up nice and tall. This is where you want to feel that stretch. If you're wanting to feel some lengthening in your obliques, feel free to reach up. You can hang onto the chair if you like. You don't want to lean forward. If you want a little bit more intensity to it, you can lean back slightly. Okay, I'm just kind of whipping through these faster, but if you are enjoying them, feel free to go back and repeat and hold them a little bit longer. So sitting up nice and tall, we're switching sides. And slight lean back. All right, let's go for glute hip. So either taking that leg straight across or straight up onto the other leg, or you can extend that one leg and have it start out down there. Maybe use it as a ramp or just keep it at that height, whatever works for you. I'm going to bring the leg up and pivot forward slightly at the hips. Another option is gentle press on the inside of your knee. So if any of those exercises where you are leaning forward at all, making sure that the head, neck, spine is in good alignment. And if you are pressing on the inside of the knee, it's just a gentle press. This is where you want to feel that stretch. One of my favorite. Okay, shaking that out, let's switch legs. Still sitting up nice and tall. Pivot forward at the hips, gentle press on the inside of the knee, or if you just want to sit up tall and just do the press, or if you just want to skip the press and pivot forward. Like I said, always lots of options. All right, sitting up nice and tall. Take one arm of it, that's my arm, not my leg. Arm out to the side, bring it across from underneath, grab on, pull it in closer. You can throw in some hand circles. So you should feel a nice stretch in the back of your shoulder. Reverse those circles. And shaking that out, other arm, bring it across, throw in some hand circles. Reverse that. And let's reach up and down for that tricep stretch. Gentle press on your elbow or in your triceps area. If that doesn't feel so good, feel free to take it across to the other side if you have shoulder issues. Whatever works for you. And shake that out. Other arm up and reach it down between your shoulder blades. Gentle press on your elbow or triceps area, or take it across to the other side, whatever works for you. And bring those arms down, stretching open the chest. Thumbs are up, let's rotate them around again. Press the shoulders back and kind of bang it against the chair here. And thumbs back up, bend back at the wrist, rotate around again, press the shoulders back. Feel this one more in your forearm. Shaking that out, nice big shoulder rolls backwards. Keeping your shoulders level, take one ear down to your shoulder, opposite arm is reaching towards the floor. Head back up to the center, other ear to your shoulder, opposite arm reaching for the floor. and head back up to the center. And we are going to just finish off with 3 deep cleansing breaths. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. So let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Deep breath in and exhale. One last time, deep breath in, stretch it up and exhale, and we are done. Give yourselves a hand. I'm sure you did awesome. And thank you very much for joining me today. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feel free to let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the workout. I hope you have fun with that challenge, and I will dream up some more challenges for you for the next time. So until then, take care. Catch you again next time. Bye-bye.